Time to talk about my life as a former D1 student athlete for Boise State. Am I gonna be in this helmet this whole time? Before we get started, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the nice Liberty Bell for all your notifications of when we release new episodes. For those of you who are unaware, I actually played softball at Boise State. I was on their first softball team. So I ended up coming here, and I remember on my visit, so as a student athlete, when you were kind of dating around schools, for lack of a better terms, they wine and dine you. They take you on visits, and they show you what the campus is like. And on my visit, I got to go to the Boise State U of I game, and U of I is our rival. Not so much anymore, let's be honest. There is no competition between Boise State and U of I. I decided to come to Boise State and help be on the first softball team there. It's really interesting when you start a softball program, or like any sort of athletic program. So here I was, 18, living on my own, didn't have like seniority to actually, guide us. So I just remember me and 5 other girls that ended up starting the program and graduating together kind of just started a team. It was really, really, really super interesting. I think the coolest part out of all of that was I got to leave college with 5 best friends, which is pretty sweet. That aside, let's talk about what it was like being a student athlete. Being a student athlete was really interesting because at the time I went, this was before Instagram. This was before like Snapchat. This is when Facebook was still kind of cool. When I went to college, I did nothing but wear sweats half the time. And not even cute sweats. Like our coach would always buy us men gear. And I'm 5'5", like I'm not big at all. I would wear gray on gray sweats all the time. Like that was like a uniform going to class. Get up at 5 a.m., roll out of bed, put my hair up in like crazy bun, and I would get to weight. My weight coach is yelling at me to put more weight on, dumbbell benching, 45s on each side. Done with everything come like 6:45, 7. Barely have time to shower because I would take a 7:30 a.m. class. Be in class from 7:30 all the way to like 2, go to practice at 3, practice from 3 to about 6, and then go to night class from 6 to 9. Over and over and over, and I loved it. With that said, going back to the sweats, first day of class was like a treat, because that was the day we got to dress up. We didn't have weights that day. All you had to do was be like a regular student and just go to class. So of course, getting back into the groove of things, super tan from the summer, and I decided for the first day I was gonna look good, like put on some makeup. I looked really nice for the first day of school. And I go in, sit down. I'm sitting in class waiting for the professor, and all of a sudden this really cute boy comes and sits next to me, and I'm like, okay, like I'm looking good, he's looking good, okay, cool, this is exciting, right? And by the end of class, we're kind of like sharing all of these laughs. He asked me, he's like, so, are you gonna be like at the next class? I was like, yeah, I will be. I don't miss class very often. He's like, okay, cool, like, I'll see you there. The next class day rolls around. I had just gotten done with weights. I'm a sweaty mess. I'm on the gray on gray sweats. There's no makeup on this face. My hair is like probably up to here, and I'm like running to class because I'm like, hey, that cute boy asked if I was gonna be there. I'm gonna be there again. So I sit down in the same exact seat. 2 minutes later, he comes in and sits down right next to me, and he puts his stuff down and he kind of looks and he's like, oh, like I'm actually saving this seat you're in. And I kind of looked at him and I was like, you're saving the seat? And he's like, yeah, I'm saving the seat for the girl that was actually here last time. And I just looked at him and I was like, oh yeah, well, I was that girl last time actually. Like, this is really awkward for you. I think that maybe you should just sit in the back of the class because I never want to see your face again. For that entire semester, him and I didn't even make eye contact, and that was my psychology class sophomore year. I remember my freshman year, my parents had just dropped me off, and it was a very interesting drop off from my parents because I get to school, I'm in my dorm, it's all set up. I was at that moment with my parents where I was like, okay, this is it. Like, this is where we say goodbye. And you're gonna drive back to California and I'm gonna stay here in Idaho. Like, I am in college. I'm like, okay, mom and dad, like, I'm going to go to college now. You drive yourself back to California. It's time for me to live my life. Kind of standing there. I'm looking at my dad, I'm looking at my mom, and my dad's just like, hey, make sure you call if you need anything. Like, try to call once a week, and don't forget to do your laundry. And then my dad and I start to look at my mom, and my mom's just silently looking at me, like, looking at my mom. My dad's looking at me, I'm looking at my dad, and like, 2 awkward long minutes. At least it felt like that. It was probably just 10 seconds, but it felt like 2 long minutes. All of a sudden, my mom just goes and she like hugs me and grasps me and says, okay, goodbye. Walks out crying. And me and my dad look at each other like, what? And I was like, Dad, I'm confused. My dad's like, I don't know what that was. Like, relax. Find out my mom was so upset that I had left for college that she didn't know what to say, and that was absolutely evident into how she said goodbye to me that day. So college was also the time for experimenting. And what I mean by experimenting is experimenting with alcohol. That's all I did. I mean, being a student athlete, my window of all the crazy stuff you do just wasn't there. When you turn 21 and alcohol's involved, you're like, yeah, I get to finally drink. And for me, the world opened up as soon as I turned 21. I think that happens with everyone watching. You have no restrictions. Like, you're an adult, congratulations. Until you have to rent a car. But, anyways, I turned 21 and I was like, yeah, I can finally drink alcohol. It was great. There was one incident in college where I tested the limits. So back in college on Thursday nights, there was this thing. I don't know if it's still a thing anymore. There was a bar out in Kuna, Idaho called Cowgirls. And on Thursday nights, it was ladies' night. They would give a bus, like a party bus at the Albertsons, the old Albertsons off Broadway. You would meet there at like 9 o'clock. This bus would bus you to Cowgirls in Kuna and bus you back at 2 a.m. No one would get a DUI or anything, so it was great. That night, me and my teammates decided to go out and try a Cowgirls night. Because of the fact that our weight coach had said, hey, you know, like, you guys have been working really hard. Tomorrow's Friday, so all we're gonna do is just do a very nice, easy workout. And we were kind of asking, like, how easy are we talking here, coach? He was like, oh, just super easy, super mild. You're gonna get through it. Right after we get out of weights, we're all like, are we going out tonight? And half of my team's like, yeah, we're going out tonight. So I'm like, yeah, we're going out tonight. I decided to get so drunk that I took about 5 tequila shots in an hour. I'm like pre-gaming like a champ. Go to Cowgirls, and we happen to get to Cowgirls. This is like our first time. And they have like $10 unlimited beer. And my drunken mind, I'm like, yeah, this is a good idea. Like, I drink all the time. Like, I can handle that. So I get 1 beer. 11 o'clock rolls around, and I am done. Beyond hammered. So we're like dancing, but everyone else is dancing. I'm kind of just swaying. Like, oh my god, this sucks. I like run in the bathroom. One of my teammates comes in. She's like, are you okay? And I'm like, bleh! Lose it. I just lose it in the stall, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to go home. So our one DD is like, okay, like, here, let me get you some water. So she gets me some water in the bathroom. I puke it right up. Like, it is not happening. She's like, okay, I think it's time to go. And I'm like, yeah, it's time to go. We had to stop 4 times on the freeway of me just to puke out the window. And I remember at one point, one of my teammates was holding my hair. She was like, just keep puking. And so we get home, and I don't remember getting in or anything, but I had like a set alarm that always woke me up at 5:30 to make it to weights. So I wake up and I'm like, I'm like, okay, it's time to go to weights. It's gonna be an easy day. I can do this. So I roll out, and I'm still drunk. I'm still drunk, and I'm like, this is not gonna be good, because I know in about an hour I'm gonna start feeling the hangover. We had an off-site workout. We were actually working out at Camel's Back. So we show up at Camel's Back, me and my roommate, who had both been drinking. We're just like, oh my god, this is gonna be bad. We start our freaking workout, and our workout starts with 5 sprints up the Camel's Back Hill. And the Camel's Back Hill is not like Table Rock where it kind of like goes side to side. Camel's Back is a very steady incline to like a steep slope. And so my second sprint up the hill, I'm like, I can't do this. And I turned to my roommate, I'm like, I won't be able to do this. Like, I'm gonna tap out. And everyone's gone and I'm lagging behind. And my weights coach comes up to me, he's like, Tazz, like, what's going on? Sorry, Jones, like, I've had food poisoning. That's the best line I could come up with. It's like, food poisoning. It's like, yeah, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that turkey burger at Red Robin. And he was like, go talk to your trainer. So I go to my trainer, and my trainer's like, so what's going on? I think she knew, but I was like, at this point, just so determined to stick to my lie that I was like, just bad turkey burger. Just like, okay, like, I have food, I guess you have food poisoning. I'm like, great, I get out of this. And my poor freaking roommate, best friend in college, like everything, had to finish the workout. And she had probably drank just a slightly bit less than me, but she finishes the workout like a champ. Since we lived together, we drove together, we get in the car, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. And she was like, I feel like legit crap. And so that day, we didn't have class on Friday, and for some reason, we didn't even have a practice that day, but I just remember going home at 9 and sleeping the entire day and waking up at like 10 o'clock to only go back out that night because, hey, I just turned 21. Being a student athlete in college, I 10 out of 10 recommend it. So for anyone that is considering Boise State, it was the greatest place that I could have ever been. Not only for the school, but for the people and the city to live in. And for those of you that are watching that are potential student athletes, be an athlete in college. I did love my experience at Boise State. If you're thinking about being a student athlete, do it. Go get that scholarship. It's nice, and it's just nice to have a group of friends as soon as you get to college. Because I'm still friends with my friends in college. I don't know, now I'm just ranting. So maybe I should just end this video. So if you guys want more videos of Boise State, make sure to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel because new episodes are released every Thursday. So I'm just Tazz, and that's just it. Go Broncos!